Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Vechain, whose current price stands at the $0.02238 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 1.89%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart pattern that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening here on the Vechain chart. From the all-time high, we have been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.02 mark. And starting my analysis here on the daily chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, managed to break above key areas of resistances, but at the key area of resistance at around the $0.03362 mark, we got rejected, and we are seeing a massive pullback to the lower side. Jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 4-hour chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that I was terming as an Elliot wave structure, having this as the first wave to the upper side, then a second wave, a third wave, then I expected a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4, then continue pushing higher in the formation of a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1. But that movement to the upper side in that Elliot wave structure got invalidated the moment our wave 4 over here retraced into the high of that first wave, and having done so, I had to remove my Elliot wave structure from my charts and view this movement to the upper side as something else. And the only way we can view that as is just an ABC corrective movement. And after the formation of an ABC corrective movement, whatever I expect next is the formation of a 5-wave structure to the lower side, and I believe that is what has been playing out, having this as the first wave to the lower side, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and then a wave 5, making our low at around the $0.021 mark. And after seeing the formation of this fractal wave that I have right here, I can now name that as a higher Elliot wave count 1. And starting with the long-term scenarios that can play out, basing it on the Elliot wave structures, after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1, whatever I expect next is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2. And because a wave 2 is a retracement of the first wave, we can use the Fibonacci's to get a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of that wave 2, connecting the fibs from the high of the wave 1 to the low of this wave 1 down here, and that gives me a minimum retracement area in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.618 and the fib level 0.382, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, then remove the Fibonacci's, and you can see that my target area lies between the $0.029 mark and the $0.026 mark. That is the minimum that I would expect that second wave to the upper side to do. So there is a possibility that in case Vechain finds support down here and we are able to recover to the upper side, manage to break above this key area of resistance at around the $0.024 mark, maybe have a successful retest of that key area of resistance, and we continue pushing higher, there's a possibility that Vechain might get us into this target area that I have drawn out over here. And once we maximize the formation of that second wave, then we can expect a very impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 3, and that would mean lower lows could be coming our way here on the Vechain chart, and there's a possibility of us invalidating this movement in the formation of a third wave right here, in case Vechain manages to continue pushing high in the formation of a wave 2, manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.029 mark, and also manage to break above a key area on the Fibonacci, that is the fib level 0.786 fib level, and that lies at around the $0.031 mark. So in case that movement plays out and we continue pushing higher, then that will be invalidating my Elliot wave structure, and I'll have to view this movement as something else. And the other possible scenario that can play out, I'll be basing it on a key chart pattern that is in formation right here on this chart, which is a head and shoulders pattern, having this as the left shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern. Then we have seen the head, then the formation of the neckline down there, then we have the right shoulder, then we have continued pushing lower after the formation of a right shoulder right here. And after the formation of this right shoulder, we have been seeing much of a consolidation, so we are yet to see that breakout out of this head and shoulders pattern. And the moment we see a breakout out of this consolidation that I have right here, then my head and shoulders pattern will be playing out. And this is a pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the head and the neckline. So using a trend line, we can get that height between the head and the neckline and then place it down here to give us a minimum target area to the lower side, and that gives me a minimum target area back to around the $0.011 mark. So in case we see a breakout out of this consolidation that we are trading within and manage to lose that key area of support at around the $0.02 mark, then the worst case scenario for Vechain would be playing out, and that could take us back to around the $0.01 mark, and that would mean also lower lows could be coming our way here on the Vechain chart. Also giving you the short-term scenarios that can play out, basing it on the consolidation that we are seeing right here. After the formation of the right shoulder, we have been trading within this consolidation that you can see right here, and within that consolidation we have been trading within a channel, and at some point we managed to break out of the channel to the lower side. And after breaking out of the channel to the lower side, we even saw a retest in this movement right here after the breakout. Then this was the retest of the lower side of the channel. Then we continued pushing lower, though we found support at around the $0.021 mark, and you can see that was a key area of support because it also gave us support right here and also right here. And right now we are seeing another bounce to the upper side, and there is a possibility that now that you have seen the retest, there is a possibility of us continue pushing lower, lose that key area of support and get back to around the $0.02 mark, which is the next key area of support. And in case we lose that key area of support, then there is a possibility of us seeing a breakout out of this head and shoulders pattern that I have shown you right here, and my target area for that breakout still remains at around the $0.01 mark. There is also a possibility that in case we lose that key area of we get to that key area of support, we can find support and see a very nice bounce to the upper side. And in case that plays out, then there is a possibility of my wave 2 right here playing out, and the only thing that will change are the target areas, because I will have to adjust my target area that I have drawn out here on this chart. But the scenario still remains, getting us into the formation of a wave 2, then continue pushing lower in the formation of a third wave. And for that to play out, I would also expect an increase in volume and also a bull movement in the whole crypto market for that movement to the upper side to be supported. There's also a possibility that we can be able to break out of another chart pattern that I have right here. Now that you have seen two bottoms down here within this key area of support, that means we have a chart pattern that is in formation right here, which is a double bottom. And if I draw it out, you can see this impulsive movement to the lower side, making that first low, then so a very nice bounce to the upper side, making the neckline of that double bottom. Then we continue pushing lower, making another bottom, and right now we are seeing a bit of a bounce to the upper side. So there is a possibility that in case we continue pushing higher, we might be able to break out of this double bottom structure that we have formed here on this chart. And this is a pattern that normally breaks to the upper side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the neckline and the bottoms down here. So using a trend line, I can get that height like that, then place it up here to give us a minimum target area to the upper side back to around the $0.024 mark. So there is a possibility in case Vechain manages to break out of this key structure that I have drawn out, we can be able to break above the key area of resistance, maybe see a successful retest, and then maximize the target area for that double bottom. Then we can maybe continue pushing higher to get us into this target area in the formation of a wave 2. So let's be patient and see how that plays out so that we can have a clear indication of where the market could be taking us next. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. Here on the RSI we are trading at around the 48 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD you have printed a bullish cross, and that would mean higher prices could be coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.